In Southeast Asia, Indonesia and the Philippines stand as two titans of tropical adventure. These sprawling archipelagos, woven from thousands of islands, offer turquoise waters, ancient volcanoes, and vibrant coral reefs. Here, serene spirituality meets the pulse of modern life, drawing explorers and dreamers alike. The diversity is staggering. Hidden lagoons, terraced rice fields, and bustling markets await discovery. The warmth of the people and the flavors of the food make every journey unforgettable. As you consider your next adventure, the choice between Indonesia and the Philippines is a classic traveler's debate, each a unique epic waiting to be lived.
Meet Indonesia, the world's largest archipelago. Over 17,000 islands, hundreds of cultures, and legendary destinations like Bali and Borneo. Its scale is breathtaking, from ancient temples to wild jungles and pristine marine sanctuaries. Across the sea, the Philippines boasts 7,600 islands, a vibrant blend of Asian and Latin influences, and a deep sense of community. Spanish heritage, Catholic faith, and lively fiestas shape its unique identity. Indonesia offers immense diversity. The Philippines, a cohesive yet varied charm. Both are now more accessible than ever, welcoming all types of travelers. The stage is set for an epic comparison.
Choosing your destination is about matching your style, budget, and dreams. In 2025, travelers seek value, safety, and authentic experiences. Cost is key. How far will your money go for beds, meals, and adventures? Safety matters too. Both countries are generally safe, but knowing local customs and regions is crucial. Solo and female travelers will find welcoming communities, but real-world insights help set expectations. Ultimately, it's about what beauty means to you. Volcanic grandeur or hidden lagoons, ancient rituals or vibrant festivals. By breaking down cost, safety, and culture, we'll reveal the true heart of each nation.
This guide is your roadmap to choosing between Indonesia and the Philippines. We won't pick a winner, but we'll give you the facts and stories to make your own choice. First, we'll explore each country's geography and first impressions. Next, we'll compare travel costs, safety, and the best ways to experience their natural beauty. We'll dive into culture and food, from Indonesian spice to Filipino comfort. By the end, you'll have a clear, personal vision for your 2025 adventure. Let's begin the journey.
Indonesia is less a country and more a continent of islands straddling the equator. Over 17,000 islands form a bridge between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, shaped by volcanoes and lush jungles. The Pacific Ring of Fire gives rise to dramatic landscapes. Mount Bromo's caldera, Lake Toba's vast crater, and fertile rice paddies. Rainforests in Sumatra and Borneo shelter orangutans and tigers, while the drier east echoes Australia's savannas. Beneath the waves, Indonesia sits at the heart of the Coral Triangle, an underwater paradise for divers and snorkelers. Raja Ampat's reefs teem with life, rivaling any marine ecosystem on Earth. For visitors, Indonesia's scale is exhilarating. Bali's spiritual heart, Java's ancient temples, Sumatra's wilds, and the Komodo Islands' dragons each offer a world of their own. Every island is a new chapter in an epic story waiting to be explored.
The Philippines, known as the Pearl of the Orient Seas, is a nation of over 7,600 islands, famed for its stunning coastlines, white sand beaches, and dramatic limestone cliffs. From the bustling capital Manila to the rice terraces of Luzon, the powdery sands of Boracay, and the volcanic peaks of Mayon, the country offers a concentrated paradise, where natural wonders and vibrant culture meet at every turn.
Indonesia and the Philippines share histories shaped by trade, colonization, and resilience. Indonesia's layered cultures, from Hindu-Buddhist temples to Islamic traditions, reflect centuries of change. The Philippines, Influenced by Spanish and American rule, blends Asian roots with Catholicism and English. Both nations embody unity and diversity, forging unique identities from their complex pasts.
Arriving in Indonesia or the Philippines, your first moments are unforgettable. In Jakarta, chaos and energy greet you. In Bali, it's calm and spiritual. In the Philippines, English is everywhere, and the warmth of the people is immediate. No matter where you land, you're welcomed into vibrant, diverse cultures.
Exploring Indonesia and the Philippines means mastering island travel. In Indonesia, flights, ferries, and scooters connect vast distances, while in the Philippines, jeepneys, tricycles, and bangkas are essential. Each journey is an adventure. Embrace the local ways, and getting around becomes part of the experience.
The true heart of Indonesia and the Philippines lies in their people. In Indonesia, diversity is everywhere. Over 300 ethnic groups, hundreds of languages, and a gentle, polite spirit. In the Philippines, warmth and friendliness greet you at every turn, with laughter, music, and a welcoming embrace that makes every encounter unforgettable.
When planning a Southeast Asia trip, cost is key. Both Indonesia and the Philippines are budget-friendly, but Indonesia generally lets your money go further, especially for shoestring travelers. Essentials like meals and transport are usually cheaper in Indonesia, thanks to a lower cost of living outside tourist hotspots. So, if stretching your budget is the goal, Indonesia is your best bet.
After a day exploring temples or beaches, finding affordable rest is essential. Indonesia offers unbeatable value. Dorm beds from $5, often with breakfast, and plenty of options. The Philippines is pricier, with dorms from $10.15, but often more modern and social. For pure budget travel, Indonesia wins. More options, lower prices, and a backpacker's paradise.
Moving up from hostels, mid-range hotels, and private villas in Indonesia and the Philippines offer incredible value. In Bali, for under $100, you can enjoy a private villa with a pool and lush gardens. The Philippines shines with beachfront resorts and warm hospitality. Indonesia excels at secluded villa luxury, while the Philippines offers stunning beach access. Both are unbeatable for affordable luxury.
One of the greatest joys of traveling Southeast Asia is the food, and it's affordable in both Indonesia and the Philippines. Indonesia's legendary street food scene offers delicious meals for just over $1. In the Philippines, street food is vibrant but a bit pricier. Drinks are affordable in both countries, but Indonesia is often cheaper for non-alcoholic options. Overall, Indonesia is the more budget-friendly destination for foodies.
Getting around Indonesia is cheap and easy, thanks to ride-hailing apps like Gojek and Grab, affordable scooter rentals, and efficient trains, making travel seamless and budget-friendly. In the Philippines, transport is more complicated. Jeepneys and tricycles are common but require negotiation, and rentals are pricier. Overall, it's less streamlined and often costs more.
Island hopping in Indonesia and the Philippines means choosing between ferries and flights. Indonesia offers cheap, frequent flights and a vast ferry network, making travel affordable and practical. In the Philippines, island tours on traditional bangka boats are the highlight, but costs add up quickly. Here, you pay for the experience, not just the ride.
Visiting Indonesia and the Philippines means paying for access to many natural and cultural wonders. In Indonesia, entrance fees for major sites and parks can be high, but many activities, like hiking or beach days, are free or cheap. In the Philippines, fees are often smaller but add up, especially for island hopping and environmental charges.
and in Indonesia and the Philippines, haggling is expected at markets and with local vendors. Always keep it friendly and lighthearted. Tipping isn't required, but rounding up or leaving small change is appreciated. In restaurants, a 10% tip is generous in the Philippines. Knowing when to haggle or tip makes travel smoother and more fun.
So what does this all mean for your wallet? Let's break down daily budgets for 2025. Indonesia is the clear winner for shoestring travelers, with $25.30 a day. The Philippines costs a bit more. For mid-range and luxury, both countries offer great value, but Indonesia edges ahead for affordability and unique villa experiences.
Safety is always top of mind for travelers. So, are Indonesia and the Philippines safe? The answer is yes, especially in popular tourist areas like Bali, Boracay, and Palawan. Violent crime is rare, locals are welcoming, and millions visit each year without incident. Stay informed, and you'll enjoy these beautiful countries with confidence.
Whether you're in Indonesia or the Philippines, staying street smart is key. Watch out for pickpockets in crowded areas, bag snatchers on motorbikes, and common scams like money changers or over-friendly strangers. Use reputable transport apps, keep valuables secure, and trust your instincts. Enjoy your trip, just stay aware.
Traveling alone, especially as a woman, brings its own set of considerations, but both Indonesia and the Philippines are fantastic and popular destinations for solo adventurers. Countless solo travelers, both male and female, have incredible experiences in these countries every year. The key to a successful and safe solo journey lies in preparation, cultural awareness, and trusting your intuition. In Indonesia, particularly in the traveler-centric bubble of Bali, solo travel is extremely common. The atmosphere is generally very relaxed and non-intrusive, and it's easy to meet other travelers in hostels, yoga classes, or cafes if you're seeking company. Local people are accustomed to seeing independent visitors and are typically respectful and helpful. For solo female travelers in Indonesia, the most common issue is likely to be unwanted attention in the form of catcalls or persistent offers for transport or massages, especially in the more touristy beach areas. While this can be annoying, it is rarely aggressive or threatening. A firm "no, thank you" or "tidak, terima kasih," and continuing to walk is usually enough to end the interaction. Dressing modestly, particularly when visiting temples or more conservative areas outside of Bali, is a sign of respect that is always appreciated and can help minimize unwanted attention. It is also wise to avoid walking alone in poorly lit or deserted areas late at night, a standard precaution for any traveler anywhere in the world. The Philippines is also widely regarded as a great destination for solo travelers, largely due to the friendly, English-speaking population, which makes navigation and communication incredibly easy. The sociable nature of Filipinos means you will rarely feel truly alone unless you want to be. Solo female travelers often report feeling very safe and respected. The strong Catholic values in much of the country contribute to a generally conservative and respectful attitude towards women. As in Indonesia, dressing a bit more conservatively, especially when away from the beach, is a good idea to show cultural sensitivity and avoid drawing unnecessary attention to yourself. That being said, standard safety practices are still essential. It is always a good idea to let someone back home know your itinerary and to check in regularly. When using ride-hailing apps or taxis, especially at night, consider sharing your ride details with a friend. Be mindful of your alcohol consumption and never leave your drink unattended. The positive experiences of the vast majority of solo travelers in both countries should be a source of confidence. By blending in, staying aware, and projecting a confident demeanor, you can navigate these beautiful countries independently and safely, unlocking a deeply rewarding and empowering travel experience.
Beyond human-related safety concerns, it's really vital to be aware of the natural environment and potential health risks in tropical destinations like Indonesia and the Philippines. Both countries are located on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which means they're seismically active and prone to earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. While major events are rare, small tremors are not uncommon. It's wise to be aware of the emergency procedures at your accommodation, just in case. When hiking near active volcanoes like Mount Bromo in Indonesia or Mayon Volcano in the Philippines, always go with a reputable guide and, honestly, heed the advice of local authorities, as alert levels can change pretty quickly. The tropical climate, while beautiful, also brings its own set of challenges. The sun is incredibly strong, so high SPF sunscreen, a hat, and sunglasses are non-negotiable to avoid severe sunburn and heat stroke. Staying hydrated is crucial. Always carry a water bottle and drink more than you think you need, especially on active days. Mosquito-borne illnesses like dengue fever are present in both countries, particularly during the rainy season. There is no vaccine for dengue, so prevention is key. Use an effective insect repellent containing DEET. Wear long, loose clothing during dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active, and consider sleeping under a mosquito net if your room is not well screened. Water safety is another critical consideration. The beaches may look idyllic, but ocean currents can be deceptively strong. Be cautious of rip currents, which can pull even strong swimmers out to sea. Pay attention to local warning flags and signs on beaches, and if in doubt, ask locals or lifeguards about safe swimming areas. When participating in water activities like diving or snorkeling, always choose a reputable, certified operator that prioritizes safety and has well-maintained equipment. Never dive alone, and always stay within the limits of your training and experience. A moment of caution can prevent a serious accident in the water. Finally, let's talk about health on the road. It's advisable to consult your doctor or a travel clinic a few months before your trip to ensure you are up to date on routine vaccinations and to discuss any recommended travel-specific shots, such as for hepatitis A and typhoid. To avoid stomach issues, commonly known as Bali belly or Manila tummy, be cautious with food and water. Drink only bottled or purified water, and avoid ice in your drinks unless you are sure it's made from safe water. Be wary of uncooked food like salads unless you are at a reputable restaurant. Carrying a small medical kit with basics like antiseptic wipes, bandages, pain relievers, and medication for diarrhea is always a prudent measure.
While Indonesia and the Philippines are safe overall, both countries have specific regions where governments advise against all or all but essential travel due to political unrest, insurgency, or crime. It is crucial for any traveler to be aware of these areas and to heed the advice of their home country's Foreign Office, like the US Department of State or the UK Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office. These advisories aren't meant to cause fear, but rather to provide factual information so that you can make informed decisions and avoid potentially dangerous situations. A safe trip is one that steers clear of known trouble spots. In Indonesia, the main area of concern highlighted by most governments is the central Sulawesi province, particularly after past incidents of terrorism, and the remote highland regions of the Papua and West Papua provinces. In Papua, there is ongoing low-level conflict between Indonesian security forces and pro-independence insurgents, which can sometimes lead to violent clashes. While these conflicts do not target foreigners, travelers could inadvertently get caught in the crossfire. For this reason, independent travel to the more remote parts of Papua is generally discouraged. The vast majority of tourists who visit islands like Bali, Java, Lombok, and Flores will be thousands of kilometers away and completely unaffected by these localized issues. In the Philippines, the primary region of concern is in the south. Most Western governments advise against all travel to the southwestern part of Mindanao and the Sulu archipelago, including the islands of Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi. This is due to the significant threat of terrorism, kidnapping, and violent clashes between militant groups and government forces. While the situation has improved in recent years, the risk remains substantial. Additionally, caution is often advised for the rest of Mindanao, outside of the main urban centers and tourist areas like Davao City and Siargao. These advisories have absolutely no bearing on the safety of the country's most popular tourist destinations like Palawan, Boracay, Cebu, and Bohol, which are geographically and culturally distant from these conflict zones. It is essential to put these warnings into perspective. These no-go zones represent a very small fraction of these immense and diverse countries. To cancel a trip to Bali because of unrest in Papua is like canceling a trip to California because of issues in Florida. Similarly, avoiding the pristine beaches of Palawan because of problems in Mindanao would be a needless sacrifice. The smart traveler stays informed by checking current travel advisories before and during their trip, registers their travel plans with their embassy if possible, and then proceeds with confidence to enjoy the overwhelmingly safe, stable, and beautiful parts of these incredible nations.
Indonesia and the Philippines are both breathtaking archipelagos, but their beauty feels different. Indonesia stuns with epic scale, vast volcanoes, ancient rainforests, and monumental landscapes. The Philippines, meanwhile, offers intimate perfection, hidden lagoons, pristine sandbars, and postcard beaches. Do you crave the awe of grandeur or the inviting charm of a personal paradise? The choice is yours.
Indonesia's landscape is written in fire. Born from the Pacific Ring of Fire, its volcanoes shape the land, nourish the soil, and inspire awe. These living mountains are both creators and destroyers, giving rise to lush rice terraces, black sand beaches, and dramatic peaks. To witness Indonesia's soul, stand at a caldera at sunrise, where earth, fire, and water meet in breathtaking harmony.
If Indonesia's soul is forged in volcanic fire, then the soul of the Philippines is born from the sea. The Philippines is a coastal paradise, defined by its endless white sand beaches, turquoise waters, and dramatic limestone cliffs. From Palawan's surreal lagoons to Boracay's powdery shores and the rustic charm of islands like Siquijor, this is a place where tropical dreams come true.
Beyond volcanoes and coastlines, the green heart of Indonesia and the Philippines beats within lush jungles and breathtaking terraces. In Indonesia, ancient rainforests teem with life, while rice terraces like those in Bali showcase harmony between people and nature. The Philippines' Cordillera rice terraces, carved into mountainsides, are a marvel of human ingenuity. Unique landscapes like Bohol's Chocolate Hills add to the wonder. From wild jungles to sculpted terraces, these green worlds invite you to explore and be amazed.
Indonesia and the Philippines are at the heart of the Coral Triangle, the global epicenter of marine biodiversity. From Raja Ampat's remote wonders to the accessible reefs of the Philippines, both countries offer world-class diving and snorkeling. Whether you seek adventure in Indonesia's wild frontiers or the easy, vibrant sights of the Philippines, you'll find some of the richest underwater life on Earth.
Indonesia and the Philippines are wildlife wonderlands. In Indonesia, spot orangutans in lush jungles and Komodo dragons roaming arid islands. The Philippines, meanwhile, is home to the adorable tarsier and the majestic, rare Philippine eagle. Whether you seek great apes and dragons or tiny primates and unique sharks, both countries promise unforgettable encounters.
After traveling through volcanic peaks, pristine coastlines, lush jungles, and those incredible underwater worlds in both countries, we're left with one honestly tough question: which country is more beautiful? The truth is, there's really no objective answer. Beauty is so personal, and the winner of this contest is totally in the eye of the beholder. The verdict on vistas just depends on what kind of paradise you're searching for. It's a choice between two different styles of natural magnificence, each with its own powerful appeal. Your perfect destination really depends on which style speaks more directly to your heart. Choose Indonesia if your soul craves diversity, scale, and that sense of raw, untamed power. This is the place for travelers who want to feel humbled by nature's grandeur. Those who dream of standing on the rim of an active volcano at sunrise, trekking through ancient rainforests, searching for orangutans, and diving in the most biodiverse waters on the planet. Indonesia is a journey of constant discovery, where each island brings a new landscape, a new ecosystem, and a new adventure. Its beauty is epic, varied, and sometimes challenging to reach, but the rewards are landscapes of a scale and variety that, honestly, few countries on Earth can match. On the other hand, choose the Philippines if your soul craves perfection, intimacy, and the pure, distilled essence of a tropical dream. This is the destination for travelers who want to step into a postcard, for those who fantasize about gliding a kayak into a hidden lagoon, relaxing on a beach of the finest white sand, and swimming in water that's almost unbelievably clear. The Philippines is all about creating moments of flawless beauty that are both accessible and breathtaking. Its charm lies in the way its natural elements, limestone cliffs, turquoise water, swaying palm trees, come together to create these scenes of perfect, intimate paradise. Ultimately, maybe the best choice is not to choose at all. A lot of seasoned travelers to Southeast Asia find themselves falling in love with both countries for their different strengths, coming back to one for epic adventures and to the other for idyllic relaxation. The debate isn't about which is superior, but which is right for you right now. Do you want your breath taken away by the sheer scale of the landscape, or do you want your heart to melt at its flawless perfection? Just listen to that inner call. One country offers a symphony of natural wonders, the other a perfect melody. Whichever you choose, you're guaranteed to find a beauty that'll stay with you for a lifetime.
Beyond stunning landscapes, the true soul of a nation is found in its culture, its rituals, history, and identity. Indonesia is a breathtaking mosaic of hundreds of ethnic groups, each with unique traditions. The Philippines, shaped by Spanish and American influences, is unified by strong community and family ties. In Indonesia, travelers discover endless diversity. In the Philippines, they're welcomed as family.
Spirituality shapes daily life in Indonesia and the Philippines. In Indonesia, diverse faiths blend in rituals and offerings, from mosque prayers to Balinese ceremonies. In the Philippines, Catholicism is everywhere, churches, homes, and festivals, uniting communities in vibrant devotion. For travelers, witnessing this faith reveals the heart and optimism of both nations.
The cultural vibrancy of both Indonesia and the Philippines explodes into full view during their many festivals. These celebrations are a spectacular display of tradition, faith, and community spirit. In Indonesia, the festival calendar is as diverse as its cultures, with each region and religion marking its own significant events. One of the most important is Eid al-Fitr, or Lebaran, which marks the end of the Muslim fasting month of Ramadan. This is a time of immense national celebration, where cities empty out as people undertake a mass exodus, or mudik, to their home villages to celebrate with family, ask for forgiveness, and share in joyous feasts. It is a powerful expression of faith and family bonds on a massive scale. In Bali, the festival calendar is packed with colorful and deeply spiritual events. Galungan is a major festival celebrating the victory of Dharma, good, over Adharma, evil, when the spirits of ancestors are believed to visit the earth. The streets come alive with towering decorative bamboo poles called penjur, which arch gracefully over the roads, creating a stunning visual spectacle. This is followed by Nyepi, the Balinese Day of Silence, a unique and profound cultural experience. For 24 hours, the entire island shuts down. No lights, no travel, no work, no entertainment, for a day of quiet introspection and meditation. To experience the absolute silence and the star-filled night sky of Nyepi is, honestly, unforgettable. In the Philippines, life is a near constant succession of fiestas. Almost every town, city, and even local neighborhood or barangay has its own patron saint, whose feast day is celebrated with incredible passion and pageantry. The Filipino fiesta is a multi-day affair involving religious processions, street parades, beauty pageants, sports competitions, and, most importantly, enormous amounts of food shared with family, friends, and even complete strangers. It is an open house culture where everyone is welcome, reflecting the legendary hospitality of the Filipino people. These fiestas are the lifeblood of the community, a time to give thanks, strengthen social bonds, and celebrate life with unbridled joy. Among the most famous of these celebrations are the grand festivals of the Visayas region. The Ati-Atihan Festival in Calibo, Aklan is considered the mother of all Philippine festivals, a wild, energetic street party where participants paint their faces with soot and dance to the hypnotic beat of drums in honor of the Santo Niño or the Child Jesus. Cebu's Sinulog Festival and Iloilo's Dinagyang Festival are similarly spectacular, featuring elaborate costumes, highly choreographed dance routines, and an infectious, euphoric atmosphere that draws millions of spectators each year. These festivals are not just for show. They are a raw, powerful, and joyous expression of the Filipino soul.
Across Indonesia and the Philippines, traditional crafts like batik, ikat, and weaving are more than art. They're living stories of heritage and community. From intricate textiles to wood carving and the spirit of bayanihan, these traditions connect generations, celebrate resourcefulness, and embody the enduring beauty of collective effort and cultural pride.
To truly understand a culture, you must taste its food. Indonesian cuisine is bold, spicy, and layered with history, while Filipino food is comforting, balanced, and rooted in family. Both celebrate sharing, tradition, and vibrant flavors, each bite telling a story of heritage and togetherness.
Indonesia's food scene is an adventure. Each region has its own must-try dishes. Rendang tops the list. Slow-cooked, rich, unforgettable. Nasi goreng and maya goreng are beloved fried rice and noodles, sweetened with kikap manis. Satay, grilled, smoky, and served with peanut sauce, is everywhere. And don't miss gado-gado, a vibrant veggie salad with peanut dressing. These 4 dishes are your perfect start to Indonesia's bold, delicious flavors.
To dive into Filipino cuisine is to experience a world of soulful, comforting, and deeply satisfying flavors. The undisputed national dish and a must-try for any visitor is adobo. At its simplest, adobo is meat, usually chicken, pork, or a combination of both, braised in a mixture of soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, bay leaves, and black peppercorns. The slow simmering process makes the meat incredibly tender and infuses it with a perfectly balanced salty and tangy flavor. Every Filipino family has its own secret adobo recipe, some adding coconut milk, others sugar or chilies. It is the quintessential Filipino dish, a taste of home that is both simple and profoundly delicious. Another cornerstone of Filipino cuisine is sinigang, a sour and savory soup that is beloved for its invigorating and comforting qualities. The sourness, which is the defining characteristic of the dish, traditionally comes from tamarind, but can also be derived from other sour fruits like guava or green mango. The soup is typically filled with a variety of vegetables like water spinach, radishes, and tomatoes, along with a protein like pork, beef, fish, or shrimp. On a hot, humid day, a steaming bowl of sinigang is wonderfully refreshing, and on a rainy day, it is the perfect soupy hug. It is a unique and addictive flavor profile that is central to the Filipino palate. For those who love crispy, decadent treats, Filipino cuisine delivers in spectacular fashion with lechon and lechon kawali. Lechon refers to a whole pig, spit-roasted for hours over charcoal until its skin is shatteringly crisp and the meat inside is succulent and moist. It is the centerpiece of any major celebration. For a more accessible, everyday version, there is lechon kawali, where pork belly is simmered until tender and then deep-fried until golden and crunchy. Served with a side of liver-based dipping sauce or a simple soy vinegar dip, it is a gloriously indulgent and satisfying dish that is impossible to resist. Finally, for a taste of Filipino street food culture and a perfect appetizer, you must try lumpia. These are the Filipino version of spring rolls, and they come in 2 main varieties. The first is fresh lumpia, a soft, crepe-like wrapper filled with cooked vegetables and meat, served with a sweet and savory sauce. The second and more popular version is fried lumpia, a crispy, deep-fried roll filled with ground meat and vegetables. They are a staple at any party or gathering, a crunchy, savory, and highly addictive snack. Together, adobo, sinigang, lechon, and lumpia offer a delicious introduction to the comforting, soulful, and generous spirit of Filipino cooking.
Indonesia and the Philippines, two Southeast Asian gems, each with its own magic. Indonesia dazzles with diversity and scale, while the Philippines charms with warmth and pristine beaches. Both are affordable, safe, and beautiful. The choice isn't easy. Do you crave epic variety or island paradise? Either way, you're in for an unforgettable adventure.
The best way to declare a winner is to decide who wins for you. Your personal travel style, interests, and priorities are the ultimate tiebreaker in this friendly rivalry. By matching your traveler profile to the strengths of each country, you can find your perfect destination for 2025. Are you a hardcore adventurer, a spiritual seeker, a beach bum, or a culture enthusiast? Let's look at which country might be a better fit for different types of journeys, helping you align your travel dreams with the reality on the ground. This is where the data meets your desires, creating a personalized recommendation just for you. If you are a shoestring backpacker or a long-term traveler, Indonesia is likely your winner. The lower daily costs for accommodation, food, and transport mean your money will last significantly longer. The ability to live comfortably on a budget of under $30 a day opens up the possibility of a multi-month journey of deep exploration. The vastness of the country also provides a near-endless supply of new places to discover, ensuring you will never run out of adventures. The well-established backpacker infrastructure, especially in Java and Bali, makes it an easy and affordable place to travel for an extended period. If you are a beach lover seeking postcard perfection or a sociable traveler who loves to connect with locals, the Philippines might just be your champion. For those who dream of the world's most stunning white sand beaches and crystal-clear lagoons, the Philippines is simply unparalleled. The ease of island-hopping tours in Palawan and the Visayas makes this paradise incredibly accessible. Furthermore, the friendly, English-speaking, and outgoing nature of the Filipino people makes it an exceptionally easy place to make friends, have meaningful conversations, and feel genuinely welcomed. It's a destination that captures your heart through both its scenery and its people. For the cultural explorer or the adventure seeker, the choice is more nuanced. Indonesia, with its staggering diversity of over 300 ethnic groups, offers a deeper and more varied cultural immersion. From Balinese Hinduism to Javanese court arts and Papuan tribal traditions, it is a living anthropological museum. Its epic landscapes also offer grand adventures, like climbing active volcanoes or trekking through dense jungles to see orangutans. The Philippines offers a unique cultural fusion of East and West and fantastic adventures, like canyoneering and exploring underwater caves. The choice depends on whether you seek cultural diversity or cultural fusion, epic scale or thrilling activities.
After all the comparisons and careful analysis, we arrive at a simple and uplifting truth. In the contest between Indonesia and the Philippines, the real winner is you, the traveler. The very fact that you are considering a journey to either of these magnificent archipelagos means you are already on the right path. You are choosing to step out of the familiar and into a world of profound beauty, rich culture, and incredible adventure. You are choosing to connect with new people, taste new flavors, and create memories that will last a lifetime. In this context, the choice is not a stressful dilemma, but a wonderful opportunity. It's not about making the right or wrong choice, because there isn't one. This entire essay has been designed not to crown one nation over the other, but to empower you with knowledge. It is a tool to help you understand the subtle but important differences between two world-class destinations, so you can make a choice that best aligns with your personal vision for your trip. The goal was to replace uncertainty with clarity and apprehension with excitement. Whichever path you choose, be it the volcanic trails of Indonesia or the turquoise lagoons of the Philippines, you are guaranteed an experience that will enrich your life. You cannot lose. You are simply choosing which amazing adventure you want to have first. Think of this decision as choosing between two great books from your favorite author. You know you will love both, and you will probably read both eventually. The only question is, which story do you want to get lost in right now? This perspective transforms the choice from a source of anxiety into a moment of joyful anticipation. It celebrates the incredible privilege of being able to explore our beautiful planet. It acknowledges that both countries have so much to offer, And the better destination is simply the one that calls to your spirit more loudly at this moment in your life. So, as you weigh the final pros and cons, do so with a sense of excitement, not pressure. Celebrate the fact that you have two such phenomenal options before you. The world is full of incredible places, but few offer the potent combination of affordability, safety, beauty, and warmth that you will find in Indonesia and the Philippines. The true victory lies in the journey itself, in the planning, the anticipation, and the eventual discovery of a new corner of the world. The real prize is the experience you are about to give yourself, a prize that you have already won by simply deciding to go.
The journey through this guide is now complete. We have navigated the costs, explored the cultures, and marveled at the landscapes. Now, the final step is yours to take. It is time to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and listen to your traveler's intuition. What images come to mind when you dream of your 2025 getaway? Do you see the majestic, misty sunrise over a volcanic crater, feeling a sense of awe at the raw power of the earth? If so, your heart may be calling you to the epic, diverse, and endlessly fascinating islands of Indonesia. It's a call to a grand adventure across a continent of cultures. Or perhaps you envision something different. Do you see yourself floating in a tranquil lagoon of impossibly clear turquoise water, surrounded by towering limestone cliffs? Do you picture yourself laughing with new friends on a beach of powdery white sand as the sun sets? If this is the vision that fills you with joy, then your soul is likely yearning for the intimate beauty and unparalleled warmth of the Philippines. It's a call to a paradise that feels both perfect and personal, a place where the scenery is stunning and the smiles are even more so. Trust that vision. It is your most reliable guide. Ultimately, the choice between Indonesia and the Philippines is a wonderful problem to have. There is no wrong answer, only different kinds of right. Both countries offer a chance to escape the everyday and reconnect with a world that is vibrant, beautiful, and full of wonder. Whether you are drawn to the spicy complexity of a Balinese sambal or the comforting soul of a Filipino adobo, you are in for a treat. Whether you seek the company of ancient dragons or gentle tarsiers, you will find magic. The only thing left to do is to book the ticket. We hope this comprehensive comparison has illuminated the path for you, transforming a difficult decision into an exciting one. Your next great adventure awaits in the heart of Southeast Asia, in an archipelago of dreams. So, which will it be? The epic scale of Indonesia or the intimate perfection of the Philippines? The choice is yours. Whichever you decide, travel with an open heart and an adventurous spirit. The world is big, life is short, and a journey to either of these nations is a beautiful way to live it. Travel well.